My name is Ben from Ben's Appliances and Junk on YouTube. We are one of the largest repair channels of appliances in the US. And one of the most common problems that we see people complain about on our channel is that top load washing machines will go unbalanced, causing them not to work properly. Most of the time, the answer to the unbalancing issue is to replace the suspension rods from every brand, every make, and model typically. But have you ever stopped to think about why the rod actually went bad? Well, most of the time when you look at these, you're going to think, oh, the spring pack on this unit has gone bad, causing it to fail. But the reality is that that would be incorrect. The real culprit of having a suspension rod go bad is the damping system right here in this very small area. So instead of replacing the rods, my suggestion is to repair the system with our Bounce Be Gone grease. Although there are different models of rods from all the different companies out there, and there are hundreds of different styles of these, the grease will typically fix all of them. One tub of this will fix about 200 to 300 suspension rods, which is a lot of money to save if you're trying to simplify your truck stock and make more money as an appliance repair person, or as a consumer, maybe the rods are just too expensive and you don't want to go off brand. Let's go ahead and take some of these rods apart, and I want to show you how to use the damping grease and a prototype that we're getting ready to come out with as well that goes along with the damping system. Here's a suspension rod system from Choice Parts. It's in great shape. If you compress the spring system and release it, you'll find that the spring will slowly move back into place. A rod with damaged foam and little damping grease will snap back quickly and bounce around, which causes the unbalanced issue. To access the damping system, you can use a small pick or flat-bladed screwdriver. You're going to need to insert it between the upper and lower cap system, go up and over the cap system, and flex the plastic. When you have the cap separated, you're going to find the foam damper usually snug inside the lower segment of the plastic. Lift it up. If the foam ends up sliding out of place very easily, that definitely is going to need replaced as well. And we're going to add that piece to this kit very shortly in the near future for our small Bounce Be Gone kits, and then large packs for the larger Bounce Be Gone tub. And then you want to put the grease below the foam on the rod, as when the spring compresses, it's going to help distribute the grease on the rod. It doesn't take a lot of grease to repair the rods. The 16 milliliter vial can do about 6 to 8 rods easily. It's extremely sticky, so I would use a popsicle stick to distribute it or something similar. If you get it somewhere you don't want it to be sticky, it will easily come off with mineral spirits. Take a small dollop and pack it into the well of the lower cup. Once you have some of the Bounce Be Gone grease in the place of the cup, the foam will then press in and the grease will go into the rod system when it's set back into place. Whenever the damping rod moves during the washer's action, it helps distribute and redistribute the grease, causing the damping action. Once you have it added, press the foam damper back into place and snap the cap back on. It can be tight with the new grease. Just make sure the foam piece is properly seated and not installed at an angle, or the cap on the top will not be fully set into place. You can tell that the foam is bad if it floats freely up and down the rod. It should be very tight and snug on the rod. You will need to take side snips and cut the old foam off. Then you'll simply attach the new foam with the slit that's in the middle of it that will allow it to be seated on the rod. Then you would apply a small amount of grease onto the foam damper and then reseat the foam into the cup set and snap the cap down like we did earlier. Another location you could put the grease on is the cup and cap set at the top of the washer chassis itself. And given how cheap the grease is and how much is usually available of it, you can use this and extend the life of the damping system on your unit. It's optional, but it can help prolong the system. But do remember this: if the rod is not the core cause of the suspension system failure, this will not solve the problem. It could be a deeper issue, such as the tub bearing, the hub system, and so on. And those things do need addressed as well as this step of the process. I hope this video helps you out, and keep checking out the new videos we put out on the channel. Have a great day.